On this special episode of Supercars Talk, I look at the April Fool's Day pranks that the Supercars teams have used over the years. I know this episode has come a little bit late in April. I ran out of time for doing it a couple of weeks ago. But I'm going to have a bit of a look and a rank of the April Fool's Day pranks that the teams pulled this year. There was a few to choose from, starting off with probably the worst one of the year, what I'm going to put in fourth place, Erebus Air. So Erebus started their own workshop last year. Will Brown flies his own aeroplane. So they decided to, expand and run their own airline. That Will Brown was going to be the pilot. Not an overly believable one, but I do like how they pieced the pieces together on that one. In number 3 position, Roland Dane and Jamie Whincup will be having a role reversal next year, with Jamie running the team and Roland Dane driving for the team, taking over the number 88. This not believable at all, but quite a funny one, seeing as though Jamie is stepping back and they are looking for a replacement. You could have easily, done some kind of wild replacement of someone a bit more believable. Maybe Lowndesy was coming back or something like that. Anyway, they chose to put a photo of Roland when he was racing his Jaguar XJS at Townsville last year. So, in number 2 position, Tickford and their solar panels. So this tied up. They have EFS Solar as one of their sponsors, and they said that they were going to reduce the cars to a 6-cylinder next year under Gen 3 and have an extra solar-powered energy boost to the cars, saying that the 6-cylinder plus the solar power was going to make more power than the current V8 engines. Not bad, ties in with the sponsor, gets the sponsor's name out there and that, and kind of a little bit believable. They had a solar panel kind of printed for on the roof of the car. In the future it is something that could be happening. But in number 1 position, Neil Crompton and Michael Andretti will be running a Bathurst wildcard for Walkinshaw Andretti United. We all know that Neil took part in a sponsor ride day at Sandown the other week. Michael Andretti was a very accomplished racing car driver back in his day, and they're going to do a wildcard at Bathurst. Just a fun one. It was very well done, the way they basically did the release. They had some channel Supercars presenters. Chad Nalon interviewed the two of them. They had Michael involved. Probably the least believable part of it all was that it was going to be Michael Andretti doing the driving. He probably is a big name, but more likely if you'd said Mario or Marco doing the driving, because I don't think Michael's done anything competitive at all since he retired from IndyCar, whereas Mario actually he drives a 2-seater and things like that, but believe it or not, Mario is actually more active than Michael. This year, of course, wasn't the first time there's been some April Fool's Day jokes from the teams. My personal favourite was all the way back in 2011. And BJR came out and said that they designed a special prescription windscreen for Jason Bright. I think this was the first year that they had the Perspex windscreens, and they said that finally, because it's not glass, we've been able to design it so Jason Bright won't have to wear his glasses in the car. Sounded fantastic until you realise what day of the year it was. And another one that I quite liked, in 2017, they decided that the championship leader was going to be able to pick the colour of the sidewall of the tyres. This was at the point, I think they trialled purple numbers on the windows for the championship leader for it to stand out. Now you have the bright orange numbers, but the championship leader was going to get to decide if they wanted a bright pink sidewall or a bright green or something like that. And Dunlop were going to paint the tyre colour specially for them each round. There's been many more over the years. Dick Johnson Racing has got involved in a few. One time, Dick Johnson and John Bow were going to come back for a Bathurst wildcard. There was one where they were going to run a DeLorean as another manufacturer. Just numerous different ones over the years. And Bathurst always comes up in talking. There was one year where they were going to split the race into two because there was a special government announcement going to be made on that day. Very interesting how believable that one is. So many months out from the Bathurst 1000 that they knew that the government was going to make an announcement in the middle of that day where you couldn't run any events. And there has been some over the years where they've mentioned running the track in reverse at Bathurst. But there has been so many over the years. So that's a quick recap of some of my favourites and the ones from this year. Let me know down in the comments which have been your favourites over the years. Have I missed any? Have I forgotten any over the years? I haven't mentioned them all, so obviously I've forgotten some. But was there any real standout ones that I have forgotten? What did you think of the ones this year? You know, were they good or were they crap? Did I get them in the right order? Let me know what you think. Until next time, I'm still Dave, and I'll catch you later.